The halls of Hollowbrook High have always been a mix of excitement and anxiety, but nothing could have prepared me for the chilling events that unfolded during my senior year. It all began innocently enough, with whispers of eerie occurrences and inexplicable noises that started to circulate among the students. One gloomy autumn afternoon, as I was studying alone in the library, I heard a faint, distant laughter. Thinking it was just my imagination playing tricks on me, I continued to read. But the laughter grew louder and more menacing, sending shivers down my spine. I looked around, but the library was empty except for me. The incident was soon forgotten as the days went by, but a sense of unease lingered. Then, strange graffiti started to appear on the bathroom walls, unsettling messages written in what seemed to be blood-red ink. The words were cryptic and foreboding, hinting at a darkness that had long been dormant within the school's walls. As weeks passed, a group of us decided to investigate the source of these disturbing events. We were a mix of curious minds, all willing to uncover the truth behind the strange occurrences. Our leader was Sarah, a fearless girl with a determination that seemed to rival even the most seasoned detective. Late one evening, we gathered in the school's abandoned basement, armed with flashlights and a burning desire for answers. As we delved deeper into the shadows, we stumbled upon a hidden room that hadn't been seen for decades. It was filled with dusty, forgotten artifacts from the school's past, each one more mysterious than the last. Amidst the clutter, we found an old yearbook from the 1950s. Flipping through its pages, we came across a group photo of students who had attended Hollowbrook High during that time. But something was off. Our curiosity turned into an obsession as we researched the history of Hollowbrook High. We uncovered a tragic tale from the 1950s, a tale of a secret society called the Enigmatic Seven, a group of students who delved into dark rituals and forbidden practices. As we delved deeper, it became evident that the chilling laughter I had heard in the library and the graffiti on the walls were linked to this enigmatic group. As we read about their rituals, it became clear that they had summoned something sinister that had cursed the school. The laughter, the messages, and the unsettling events were all manifestations of this curse trapped within the walls of Hollowbrook High. The more we learned, the more we became consumed by the dark history of the school. The lines between reality and the supernatural began to blur. I started hearing voices, whispers that seemed to come from the walls themselves. Sarah became increasingly obsessed, staying up all night researching, and growing distant from the rest of us. One night, as I was walking down the hallway, I saw Sarah standing in front of the bathroom mirror, staring at her reflection. But her reflection was distorted, her features contorted into an unnatural grin. When I called out to her, she turned to me, her eyes vacant and hollow. "Join us," she whispered, her voice a chilling echo. I stumbled back in horror, unable to comprehend what was happening. I ran, not looking back, and locked myself in my room, the voices growing louder and more insistent. Desperation led us to seek help from an old town historian who had heard the legends of the Enigmatic Seven. She revealed that the only way to break the curse was to find the 7 original members' personal items and perform a ritual to banish the malevolent spirit they had unleashed. Armed with newfound determination, the remaining members of our group embarked on a mission to locate these items. Each item was linked to a different member, and as we gathered them, we felt a growing sense of dread. The school seemed to resist our efforts, as if it didn't want its secrets to be unearthed. The night of the ritual arrived, and we gathered in the same hidden room where it all began. The artifacts were arranged in a circle, and the room was filled with an oppressive silence. As we began the ritual, the air grew thick with tension, and the temperature dropped dramatically. A figure began to materialize in the center of the circle, a specter with hollow eyes and a sinister grin. It was the malevolent spirit that had been tormenting us, the same entity that had been unleashed by the Enigmatic 7 decades ago. With every ounce of willpower, we recited recited the incantation to banish the spirit. The room trembled, and the specter let out an ear-piercing scream that echoed through the corridors. As the final words were spoken, a blinding light engulfed the room, and the spirit was pulled into the void, disappearing with a deafening wail. In the aftermath, the curse was broken, and Hollowbrook High returned to a semblance of normalcy. The whispers ceased, and the malevolent presence that had haunted the school for years was gone. But the memories of that horrifying experience still lingered, leaving an indelible mark on our minds. As we walked out of the school for the last time as graduates, I couldn't help but cast a lingering glance back at the building. The memories of the haunting, the terror, and the darkness were now a part of me, forever entwined with my high school years. Hollowbrook High had survived its own nightmarish past, but its scars would remain, a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed. The Whispering Walls of Blackwood Academy. Blackwood Academy was known for its prestigious reputation and a history that spanned centuries. When I received an unexpected acceptance letter to the elite boarding school, I couldn't believe my luck. Little did I know that my excitement would soon turn into a nightmare that would haunt me for the rest of my life. Upon my arrival, the grandeur of the academy was undeniable. Ornate architecture, sprawling gardens, and an air of mystery surrounded the place. Yet, as I stepped into the echoing halls, a sense of unease settled in the pit of my stomach. It was as if the very walls held secrets waiting to be unveiled. As weeks turned into months, strange occurrences began to unfold. Whispers echoed through the corridors, voices that seemed to originate from the walls themselves. They were soft, elusive, and carried an eerie familiarity that sent shivers down my spine. I tried to ignore them, attributing them to stress and imagination. Late one night, unable to sleep, I ventured into the dimly lit hallway. The whispers grew louder, forming words that I could almost decipher. My heart raced as I followed the ethereal sound, drawn to a hidden passage concealed behind a tapestry. The corridor was narrow, with cold stone walls that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. As I explored deeper into the hidden passage, I came across a small room bathed in an unnatural, flickering light. In the center stood an antique mirror, its surface tarnished with age. But what caught my attention was the reflection it held, a figure dressed in archaic clothing, their eyes hollow and sorrowful. "Help us," the figure whispered, their voice a haunting echo. I recoiled in fear, stumbling back and falling to the floor. The figure's reflection shifted, contorting into a malicious grin, before vanishing altogether. My mind raced with a mixture of terror and fascination. Who were these trapped souls, and what did they want from me? Determined to uncover the truth, I delved into Blackwood Academy's history. I discovered a dark tale from the past, a group of students known as the Cognitum Society, who delved into forbidden knowledge and conducted experiments that defied nature itself. They believed they could achieve immortality by binding their souls to objects and mirrors, thus cheating death. The whispers I had been hearing were the echoes of their tormented souls, forever trapped within the walls of the academy. It was clear. Armed with newfound knowledge, I reached out to a local historian who was well versed in occult practices. With their guidance, I learned of a ritual that could potentially release the trapped souls and put an end to the haunting. Gathering the necessary materials, I returned to the hidden passage. As I began the ritual, the air grew heavy with a palpable energy. Shadows danced along the walls, and the temperature plummeted. The whispers turned into mournful cries, a symphony of agony and despair. In the mirror's reflection, the figures of the Cognitum Society began to materialize, their features twisted and distorted. The room trembled, and I could feel their desperation and anger. But as I recited the final words of the ritual, a blinding light engulfed the room, and the figures were pulled into the mirror, disappearing with a final, chilling wail. The ritual was a success, and the whispers that had plagued Blackwood Academy finally ceased. The haunted souls were free, their curse broken, and the academy returned to an eerie calm. The secrets of the hidden passage were buried once again, and life resumed as if nothing had happened. Yet, the memories of that chilling experience would forever haunt me. The whispers, the tortured souls, and the otherworldly presence would forever linger in my mind, a reminder that even the most prestigious institutions can hold dark and sinister secrets. As I left Blackwood Academy behind, I couldn't help but cast a lingering glance at the building, knowing that the echoes of the past would never truly fade away.